Hi my honeys. I wanted to chat to you a little bit in this video about anxiety. If this is something that you struggle with profoundly or even just from time to time, then perhaps some of the insights I can share with you here will be of benefit to you. As always, that is my intent. Anxiety. If it's not a feeling that you've ever felt, you really can't explain it, what it's like, and how all-consuming it can be to somebody who hasn't experienced it. I have found in the course of my life that it's very beneficial to ask in a moment of anxiety to be shown where the origin of that anxiety is, where it's stemming from, as opposed to not just receiving clarity on what may be triggering it right now. When we work with healing the root of anxiety or of any issue, then the present symptoms decrease exponentially. In my case, I have to remind myself that I am not the terrified, trapped, and powerless little girl that first became so anxious anymore. And it helps enormously with whatever I have to face in this present now moment, to understand that I am now wiser, stronger, and more empowered than that little girl ever was. Anxiety and avoidance work together in a closed energetic loop. When we are anxious about something in particular, we avoid it. And the more we avoid it, the more anxious we become in anticipation of that same thing. And so anxiety can become isolating in our avoidance. And the only way to escape that is to gently, kindly, and lovingly allow ourselves to feel brave enough to at least stop avoiding the thing that causes the anxiety. Even just on a mental and an emotional level, allowing ourselves to face or to feel the thing that causes the anxiety is already a step out of the avoidance and the isolation. Very often, most often, our anxiety is triggered by and caused by the things that have given us trauma. Whether that trauma is from specific, isolated, big events that gave us PTSD, or chronic and perpetual little events over a long period of time that gave us CPTSD. When we are traumatized, we are stuck in the version of ourselves that had that experience. It's an energetic imprint, and we are responding in real time as though we were still there and it was still then. So to bring ourselves into the present moment, out of that traumatic response, lessen the power of those triggers, and stop avoiding looking at what is bringing the anxiety up. If we can learn to use anxiety as a protection mechanism, my anxiety is rising now to shield me from what? Become curious about uncovering what is triggering these feelings and being brave enough to actually look at them and reassure ourselves about the fact that right here, right now, we are safe and we are stronger and we are more capable of facing the thing that we have felt that we need to avoid. I hope that this can help you in some small way to lessen your feelings of anxiety, to place your hands lovingly on your own heart and consciously ask it to slow down to deliberately and on purpose take those deep and calming breaths, especially when there are uncontrolled physical responses. In my case, I used to shake like a leaf uncontrollably, sometimes for hours. And the more you can lessen that reaction, actually tell your body to calm down the severe anxiety response without trying to deliberately control it. Request that it dissipates. Breathe. Slow down. And do so lovingly and kindly. The more we stop avoiding, the more we start looking at with love what the message from the anxiety may be, the more we can feel safe and feel strong enough to make the changes that anxiety is trying to show us we need to make. Much love, my honey.